Woo! Oh my goodness. Hey, welcome back to A-Aron Reacts, and welcome if you are here for the first time. Now, I want to let you know that this, I believe, is a continuation, and I'm super excited because this just dropped yesterday. This is Ren doing Vincent's Tale self-portrait, and I just reacted some couple minutes ago to the first one, the prologue of Sunflowers. So definitely check that out. Yeah, I will. The last thing I'll say is, well, two things. One, in the description, there's always a link to the original artist and performance. So definitely check that out and listen to that first before you hear my reaction. Because especially with Ren, I will talk over, I will stop, I will interrupt, and you may not like it because it's a reaction. I do analysis and I try to add value, but most importantly, my interpretation, right? So I don't want anybody getting upset about that. And the second thing is, this will be available for members of my YouTube channel before the others, and I'm going to try to release this with the other. So some will already have commented on this by the time you see it. And, you know, obviously it's probably too late for you to be a member, but for the next one. That said, let's get right to this. This is self-portrait, and I'm guessing that this is referring to the self-portrait of Van Gogh in Vincent and Vincent's Tale and so forth. But let's get right to it and find out. Okay, this is the same bar he was at before. Oh, it's essentially the same scene. Or the same repeating loop we talked about. No, I think it's the same scene. I remember him kind of stumbling just like he is now. So I think it's the continuation of that, clearly. Nice. So the same kind of, you know, style that we hear a lot of him in the medieval Renaissance. I mean, many of you said it's medieval, it's not Renaissance, but I still feel like it's more Renaissance-y, but whatever. It's that early era, right? Early, you know, many centuries ago, guitar playing that Ren is known for. And, you know, the first one, the prologue, was in 3. It seems like this is actually the same feel of 3, but in 6. So it's similar, but different, little different feel. The Druid's Head. I always love the camera work. Oh, yeah, it looks pissed. Oh, there's Vincent. Whoa. He can't even stand up. Yeah, so actually, I said it was in 6. Now you hear the difference. In the first one, it was doon dot dot doon dot dot doon dot dot. Now we get the second part of that doon dot dot doon 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 dot dot. Right? So I think it's just showing a little bit more complexity than before. There's more to the story. He's adding on to it. It's not just the simple, you know, kind of that simple waltz type of dance in 3. Now we're getting a little bit more complicated with it.
Come on, let's have it, you miserable prick. I will do what I want. I will drink till I'm sick to my stomach. I'm sick of the same boring songs. I am sick of these pavements I find myself on. Great Britain, I hate you. I'll say that with pride. It's my right to be violent when you fed me lies.
Wow. It's my right to be violent when you fed me lies. Wow. And he's sick of Britain. He's sick of life, clearly.
You fed me lies. I'm a rotter, a menace when I want to be in
gosh, the camera work, I love it.
Because nothing comes free. I have slaved all my life in the dark.
Look at his eyes, how they change. Nothing comes free.
I'm a rotter, a menace when I want to be, and I've worked for that right because nothing comes free. I have slaved all my life in the dull 9 to 5. I just rinse and repeat while I'm barely alive. Great Britain.
So he talked about that in the prologue. It was like rinse and repeat 9 to 5. Yeah.
And repeat while I'm barely alive. Great Britain, I loathe you with murderous glee. I will do to this country what you've done to me.
Wow. So with murderous glee, I've done to this country you've done to me. So he's planning on taking to the country and its ways and what lifestyle it's created for him, and it's not giving him opportunities. And this is just crazy. And again, we know all of his stories.
What you've done to me.
And if you can't tell at this point, if you're newer to Ren, there's a lot of complexity and a lot of intertwining. We're in the Reniverse, as I said, right? The multiverse, the dimension that Ren creates here. So just the mere fact that he's playing the guitar, interrupting his wobbly, tipsy stroll out of there. In other words, he's distracting him. He's making some noise, some ruckus. That's enough for him to rage at this point. But now he's going to tell the story how he wants to. He's going to be the bard. Hardcore, baby.
Come on, let's have it, you miserable prick. I will do what I want. I will drink till I'm sick to my stomach. I'm sick of the same boring songs. I am sick of these pavements I find myself on. Great Britain, I hate you. I'll say that with pride. It's my right to be violent when you fed me lies. I'm a rotter, a menace when I want to be, and I've worked for that.
And you know, the camera work just gives us how tipsy he is, right? It's literally taking you into his world.
A menace when I want to be, and I've worked for that right because nothing comes
Wait, is that
free.
a logo?
And I've
The lights in the top behind him.
worked for that
That's Sick Boy. Nice.
right because nothing comes free. I have slaved all my life in the dull 9 to 5. I just rinse and repeat while I'm barely alive. Great Britain, I loathe you with murderous glee. I will do to this country what you've done to me.
Come get me. Come get me.
Destroy. I want to tear apart these buildings from the cinder blocks they stand. Leave this town in dust and rubble. Make some trouble with my hands. I won't lie, I'm fucking wasted. But I wasted all my youth, and I've stayed so damn complacent. Getting wasted is my truth. So my style of self-expression is a fist into the...
Okay, I might be reading too much into this, but it's almost like he's trying to do a dance like you would do in like rumba or otherwise, which in a box step. at the beginning, but he's so tipsy he doesn't make a perfect
down in dust and rubble, make some trouble with my hands. I won't lie, I'm fucking wasted.
Yeah, it almost feels that way. I'm probably reading too much into it.
Complacent, getting wasted is my truth. So my style of
Getting wasted is my
self-expression
truth.
is a fist into the gut. It's throwing up upon these pavements. Shut your fucking mouth, you slut. Banished angel, I am Lucifer. My brain like
I really hope those are actors and not literally just random people like that actually happen to be there. I'm sure they are, but wow, would that be something, huh?
self-expression is a fist into the gut. It's throwing up upon these pavements. Shut your fucking mouth, you slut. Banished angel, I am Lucifer. My brain like Genghis Khan. Soon you will all know my name. I am the storm after the calm. I'm the victim of the victim. It's the pill that makes you sick. I am chaos incarnate. Let's fucking have it then, you prick! Now the rules of the street fight are simple. It's pretty much anything goes. Keep it.
Hold on, I got a comment before I forget, and maybe we'll look at the lyrics, but he said, I am, what was it? Jeez, Lucifer, okay, I had forgotten, so I didn't want to waste your time. I wanted to go back to these lyrics, but he said, Banished angel, I am Lucifer, my reign like Genghis Khan, so you will know my name. I am the storm after the call. I am the victim of the victimless, the pill that makes you sick. I am chaos incarnate. Let's fucking have it then, you prick. I mean, he's throwing bars, but he's being violent. He's like, come at it, right? And, yeah, he's talking about the rules of a street fight, and the guy's taking off his stuff. So this should be really interesting. So is this what gets this character, which again, we don't know if it is Vincent. I'm starting more and more to think this is actually Vincent. Is this what gets him in jail?
Fight is simple. It's pretty much anything goes. Keeping the street. Now the rules of the street fight are simple. It's pretty much anything goes. Keeping the street pretty firm on your feet. It pays to be sweet on your toes. And fools they have fallen for clumsy mistakes. Late to react, cop the fist to the face. Now the rules of the street fight are simple. Break that little prick's nose.
Wow.
Throw a punch, you swallow it, follow it, grab the collar, quick hollow tip like karate, kick martial art master, spark a fist, park a fist on the landing strip, carnage, it finds the cartilage, karma serve like a carbonated cola on the crucifix, kill. Vincent wanna kill, who blood gets spilled, move double that rude boy, kill or be killed, do it for the fun blood, do it for the thrill, blue lights boy, run, blue lights boy, chill.
It's the same feel of Sick Boy. Wow. God, he's so good.
Double that rude boy, kill or be killed. Do it for the fun blood, do it for the thrill. Blue lights boy, run, blue lights boy, chill.
I'm going to have to go back to that because he said a lot, and I think with his accent, I couldn't quite follow everything he just said there, to be honest. Actually, I don't think there's any lyrics I need to analyze any earlier, to be honest. I don't think. So I'm going to do it now. Okay, throw a punchy, swallow it, follow it, grab the collar, quick hollow tip like karate kick. Martial art master, spark a bitch, pack a fist on the landing strip. Carnage, it finds the cartilage. Karma served like a carbonated cola on a crucifix. Yeah, I heard something about crucifix, but I totally didn't follow that line. Karma served like a carbonated cola on a crucifix. Okay, so he's tarnishing the crucifix with the cola, and that's karma. Tarnishing the reputation, tarnishing the good. Oh my goodness. Kill Vincent, want to kill who blood, kill. Okay, I thought I heard Vincent. Kill Vincent, want to kill who blood gets spilled. So he is Vincent. Vincent want to kill. Move, double tap, rude boy, kill or be killed. Do it for the fun, blood, do it for the thrill. Blue lights, boy, chill. So he's talking about the cops there. Okay, that's where I left off. Wow. Okay, so this is Vincent. So this is clearly how he gets into prison. Or not, maybe not clearly, but it looks that way. Wow, I love the camera work! Friends meeting. House. Cops are coming. Wait, is this gonna be Richard? Is this how he meets Richard? No way. Dude. Whoa! I love it! This reminds me of, Under the Bridge. Red Hot Chili Peppers. This has a very similar feel. Almost, also, kind of at the beginning, almost the, Sweet Home Alabama, actually. It's kind of a mixture. My goodness.
Then I don't mind. Vincent went shaking, run from the law, hide from the beacon, crouch on the floor. The cut to torment him. Hate the
yes.
wolf, the wolf spits on him, rapes him, hits him, kicks him when he's down, and that shapes him. He hears the sound.
We heard that. That was at the beginning of the tale of Jenny and Screech when he was warming up. He was walking along the line. Oh my goodness, dude. You got to get... And this voice is like the message in a bottle.
Torment him, hate the wolf spits on him, rapes him, hits him, kicks him when he's down, and that shapes him. He hears the sound of a copper, heart upon his tail proper, Vincent off his rocker, bothered by the lie that Britain. Heart upon his tail proper, Vincent off his rocker. Bothered by the lie that Britain.
So we got another confirmation. This is Vincent. I'm convinced at this point this is Vincent.
And that shapes him. He hears the sound of a copper, heart upon his tail proper, Vincent off his rocker. Bothered by the lie that Britain sold him. What a shocker.
Yes,
where greedy eat
Vincent.
the poor, a holy war, the chosen prosper. But some were never chosen, they stay frozen in the locker. Destined to survive in 9 to 5 and watch the...
And now he's painting a picture. Oh, this is making more sense now. So he's talking about Vincent being the character. He's like Van Gogh, right? And now he is actually telling the story in an artistic way. He's completely shifted the way he's telling the story now. He's being the other Vincent in this moment. He's teaching us lessons. He's painting. He's portraying art. He's creating art here.
Never chosen, they stay frozen in the poor, a holy war, the chosen prosper. But some were never chosen, they stay frozen in the locker.
Yeah, look at him,
Destined to...
looking directly at us. He's teaching us a lesson right here. And we better listen to it. And I'm going to go have to read the lyrics because this is going to be deep. It absolutely is.
By the lie that Britain sold him, what a shocker. Where greedy eat the poor, a holy war, the chosen prosper. But some were never chosen, they stay frozen in the locker. Destined to survive in 9 to 5 and watch the clock, but don't think about reality, my little happy shopper. A brand new show on Netflix to distract you from the horror, and swallow all your morals for a retweet or a follow, and shadow ban the problem man, a sold for $1, and keep the fight amongst yourself. Don't think about the squalor. The system's...
I think that was supposed to be blood, but it actually looked more like hot sauce.
Sold for $1, and keep the fight amongst yourself. Don't think about the squalor. The systems don't impose it, or the rules that we all honor. And fuck it, Vincent cooked to boiling point, he's cannon fodder. So what's the use in running? He's already in the locker. He's careless with his actions.
What's the use of running? There's a lot of these lyrics right here. I really believe this is the magical moment, so I'm gonna unpack it. But what's the use of running? He's already in the locker. Dang.
Fodder. So what's the use in running? He's already in the locker. He's careless with his actions now, a clumsy motherfucker. He turned to face his fate, cause fate's a bitch and none will stop her. Richard was an officer who stood at 6'3".
Oh my gosh. And that's the character that was in on the street that I said, I wonder if that's Richard. It sure enough is. Oh my gosh, this is all full circle now.
Motherfucker, he turned to face his fate, cause fate's a bitch and none will stop her. Richard was an officer who stood at 6'3". Was his first day back at work after a time of absent leave, working London on the night shift.
Same way he told it in Jenny and Screech, an officer of 6'3", but his first day back an extended leave. So now, because of his shooting of Screech, he went on some kind of leave. They probably had him on some kind of investigation. Now he's back, and now this is perhaps his first encounter. It's his first day back. So how his first encounter back is with Vincent. That's how they link up. So this is the relation to Jenny and Screech, who impacted Richard, who's now going to impact Vincent. Way to go, Ren.
Stay back at work after a time of absent leave, working London on the night shift. What he didn't think he'd see was our boy with a guitar, bruised and battered on his knees. But Richard lived in...
And again, he's using the same musical motive. What is that from? He's used that exact same thing before. I know, I analyzed this. The 3-part money... I couldn't think of it. I had to look it up. I knew it was money something. Money Game. The 3-part, one of them, he does the same exact thing. I'm quite sure. I just don't remember exactly where, but it's exactly the same motive. He's winding it in. Even the notes he's using that he's singing.
Leave, working London on the night shift. What he didn't think he'd see was our boy with a guitar, bruised and battered on his knees from the po-po inside of his pocket. But Richard lived in caution now, tormented.
Oh, look at that look.
Not so quick to find a trigger. Not so fast. But Richard was a rat.
And the same guitar, not so quick to find the trigger. He's learned his lesson. Wow, this is just so deep. It's a perspective shift, right? Now Richard has more experience. He's not so quick to just pull the gun. He's learned. He probably had some kind of sensitivity training, some kind of incident response training or whatever. I don't know, de-escalation.
What he didn't think he'd see was our boy with a guitar, bruised and battered on his knees. But Richard lived in caution now, tormented by his past. Not so quick to find a trigger, not so fast. But Richard was a righteous man who lived inside the law. So he leapt upon poor Vincent and he cuffed him to the floor.
So he gets arrested, okay. So yeah, Vincent goes to jail. I love the piano. Samuel Perry Falvey, that's right, yeah. Richard's Tale coming soon. Whoa. Okay, so it was one part, Vincent's Tale. So we had the prologue to Vincent's Tale. We now have Vincent's Tale, and Richard's Tale's coming. Wow. So it continues. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is fascinating. Oh, you are an absolute master storyteller. I do want to go back to those lyrics though, because that was the way that he stopped, he froze, he was teaching. That was his moment, right? In all of these videos, there's always certain moments where he's trying to he's really teaching, right? That was that moment. I want to get that. Okay, I got it here. I haven't even analyzed it, so I'm going to do it live. But we're going back a little bit before where I think it is. It says, the world spits on him, rapes him, hits him, kicks him when he's down, and that shapes him. And that's the point of all of this, is that it's all intertwined. It's that Reniverse where one thing, the action, right? The multi-generational violence we saw in everything. He hears the sound of a copper hot up on his tail proper. So cop's coming. Vincent off his rocker, bothered by the lie the Britons sold him. What a shocker. In other words, how can he be surprised? Of course. Where greedy eat the poor, a holy war. The chosen prosper, but some are never chosen. They stay frozen in the locker. Wow. Frozen in the locker. I wonder if there's a British thing that I'm not familiar with on that. He talked about locker earlier where it sounded like he's already imprisoned. So maybe that's the point he's calling prison locker. I don't know if that's some colloquial term or he's just using it that way. But staying frozen in a locker is really making me think of a freezer where maybe there's actually body parts stowed away or something like really dark from that perspective. I don't know. But there's a lot of metaphorical, greedy, eat the poor, holy war, and so forth. Destined to survive in a 9 to 5 and watch the clock, but don't think about reality, my little happy shopper. So again, these are absolutely ties back to capitalism and being a shopper in society and the societal implications and the fact that he's had enough with Britain and so forth. A brand new show on Netflix to distract you from the horror and swallow all your morals for a retweet or a follow, selling yourself out. We've heard those themes as well. And shadow ban the problem, man, a soul sold for $1, right? And keep the fight amongst yourselves. Don't think about the squalor. The systems that impose it or the rules that we all honor. And fucking Vincent cooked to boiling point. He's cannon fodder, right? He's ready to go. He's shoot, ready to be launched, right? But Richard was not taking a chance at him coming at him to pose a threat. Richard took the first action towards Vincent. That's the difference here, right? So that didn't beget another tragedy because Richard learned. So what's the use in running? He's already in the locker. He's careless with his actions, now a clumsy motherfucker. He turned to his fate because fate's a bitch and none will stop her. And then we get to Richard, was an officer who stood at 6'3", was his first day back at work after a time of absent leave. And again, with the news and everything, we feel that that's the case. Working London on the night shift. So sitting on the couch watching the news was the other version of Vincent, where we've got the artistic side that's growing old, that is capped inside himself. He's not doing harm to the world. He's just a beat up old man that, Van Gogh was known to sell, I think, one painting throughout his whole life or something to that effect, right? He did not have success while he's living. So that's the same idea here, and that he doesn't become the other version of Vincent that we see here through this one until he goes out in the wild. And maybe it's the news that triggers him, fucking Britain, another thing, and so forth. So he hears and sees the story of Jenny and Screech on the news, which is what triggers him to go out and start getting rage, which ultimately is the actual actions that lead him to Richard, which was tied to the Jenny and Screech that he saw on the news, and he actually saw Richard, and he happens to confront him. That is deep. That is one crazy messed up circle right there. Right? So there's two sides to Vincent we've seen here. And the fact that he's portraying himself, Ren, in this crazy universe for the first time. Well, no, not for the first time. Actually, he did the singing of everything. So he was different characters. Never mind that. But there's a different side of Vincent where he's an artistic side and known to create some of the craziest things ever, which we've got the Bard of Ren. And I think there is something to him painting himself as a picture. And then the self-portrait, right? The self-portrait is the destructive side and so forth. Not so quick to find a trigger, not so fast, but Richard was a righteous man who lived inside the law. So he leapt upon poor victim and he cuffed him to the floor, right? Another epic one. And there were so many musical pieces here to this. I mean, he referred back to multiple things. And the more I learn and see him, I feel like he's probably done that in other pieces that I just didn't quite pick up on yet until I, listen and see and learn more about Ren. But this was just absolutely fascinating. I can't wait for Richard's Tale. When's it coming out? Let me know in the comments. Let me know. I'm sure you probably already know. We did see, I was just thinking, did we see any references? I didn't see Johnson Bunny in this one, I don't think. It was just the first one where we saw it on the TV. Was that in this video? I did them back to back, so I don't even recall. I think it was the prologue, wasn't it? Jeez. It's all blending together. But we did see the sick boy in the background on the lights. But that makes sense, Because he's the sick boy from the past and he hasn't yet become the Bunny Johnson. Interesting. So we're still in the sick boy. And Richard may be the one that maybe transitions him or transitions the generations. Wow, just this guy is just, he really is a Van Gogh. I mean, what he's doing, it's so cool to be able to experience this. I know I'm a day away from this. Of course, by the time I release this, it may be several days. I'm going on vacation. It's funny because the last time I kind of binged some Ren stuff was back 6 months ago or something like that. 8 at this point from my holidays, or over the holidays. And now I'm about to go on vacation tomorrow. So I'm doing a bunch of videos here. And I don't know when you'll get this. As I'm doing this, it's actually the 1st. So this was just released yesterday. So... but nevertheless, I'm going to go ahead and stop here. Thank you much. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so yet. Consider joining my channel's membership to support the channel and get early access. Either way, we thank you much. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one.